Hi, Cheryl here, New Hue Handspuns. You may have seen a little video I made a few weeks back of opening the Corriedale fleece. I entered into a contract with a grower. They were to send me a fleece. I'm to process it and keep a portion for myself and send a portion back to them as finished yarn. I was in need of a Corriedale fleece. So I went searching, found a grower offering this up. It is an uncoated or non-coated fleece, I should say. I have to admit, I've only purchased coated fleece. I'm not really that much into cleaning, and I'll pay the few extra bucks to get a nice jacketed fleece that doesn't have so much dirt to deal with. But this isn't impossible. It's a beautiful fleece. I mean, look at this gorgeous stuff here. See if we can get some nice good close-up here. Really nice fleece, much finer than when we first started. She gave me a little warning. It was finer than she thought, and she's not kidding. It's a very nice fleece. So to deal with the dirt, my first thought was, okay, people have been mentioning flick the tips before washing, and they'll wash out easier. So I did a little sample, and this is the handful that I did not flick the tips, and you can see after washing here, we've got, the little tips still yellow, a little dirty yet. I don't like to deal with that. So I thought, okay, I'm going to flick the tips. So I started flicking the tips. But then I ran into another issue. Unfortunately, the tips are very matted, cotted, I'm not sure what you call it, but the worst part is that they're just breaking right off. This isn't a bad idea, if you want a textured yarn, but I want to spin a nice smooth yarn with just a little bit of texture, a little bit of vegetable matter in there, but not this much. So the way to solve this problem, there's some second cuts there. Get rid of those. But the way to go for it is just cut them off. It's kind of like cutting your first sweater there. Kills me to cut it off, but the cut I make is usually about 2/3 through the mat, and then you can just open it up. A lot of the dirt now falls out, so we're getting a much less dirt to deal with even before we've got it into the water. I just kind of flick it. A lot of it's falling out, but this has got a lot of lanolin in it, so everything's staying very sticky. Try to get some of the bigger stuff out. There, now we can see holding up to the light there, but see all that really fine ground up hay in there? That is going to take some work to get out. But you can flick it, some comes out, but lot of lanolin in there holding it together. But we'll deal with that in the wash. For now, we're ready to go. We've cut off the nasty ends. We've got a nice, strong fiber, gorgeous crimp, nice and fine, next to the skin soft, ready to go into the clipped pile. So I spend a lot of time going through and prepping and cutting off the ends, but in the long run it is worth it. You get little bits there. Sometimes you got doubled over fibers that you've cut through, so you want to be sure you get those out. But just open it up, flick it, gets rid of a lot of the dirt. Now a lot of this fleece, since it was vacuum packed and not necessarily rolled up in a flat blanket, so it's a little scattered. So what I have to do on all this is just come through here, and I'm picking up the tips, get a bunch of tips into my hand, try to get all the ones around. They're easy to pick out. They're the dirty end. But we're going to take care of that. So we're picking, and then pull down in a way, that way your pulled fibers are going to stay a little straight. But look how gorgeous this is. Now I do want to take it through here and check for second cuts. There has been a few little ones you can see here. It's not a lot, but they add up, and I really don't like trying to pick them out as I'm spinning. So that opens up there, and then we're going to line this up over here and cut those poor little tips off. Oops, that one pulled out a lot more. Line it back up here. And get the old scissors and do the cut. Cutting anywhere between 1/4 of an inch to an inch off. Still leaves a nice length. Just keep doing the flicking. And opening up. As you can see, there's still a lot of dirt and gunk in there, but we'll go for the wash on there. Now, just to go for a few things that I discovered while going through a fleece. It's been a long time, and like I said, I've only done coated fleece, so dealing with dirt is a little more for me. Now, this was a skirted fleece, and it was, I think, actually skirted quite well, but I did find a few pieces in here that probably could have gone into the skirting pile. As you can see, it's got the bad tips here, so we want to cut that off, but by the time we do that, we're ending up pretty short in that, inch, maybe an inch and a half if you really push it. But I really don't want to mix that in with what I've got. Not sure what we're going to do with that yet. I need to contact the grower. There isn't a whole lot. There's just, a few small chunks like that I think just need to go tossed into the tips pile that I've cut off and go into the compost pile. But like I said, I'll talk with the grower and see what she wants to do. But I wanted to show the variety of what I found just within one fleece. Here you've got some really nice, tight, and one thing that would nice come with a warning, that's a great big sticker in there. Mind you, there's not a lot. I think I've come across about 10 of them so far. But as a grower, it'd be nice to get a warning, say, hey, there might be stickers in here. I've tried to get them all out, but, they sneak in there. I didn't see them. I got a good hole in my finger the first day I found one. But once again, we are just going to cut that out. So a nasty bit now becomes a very nice chunk of fleece. But you can see here all the ickies there. Get that off. So anyhow, it's a lot of cutting, picking, fluffing, flicking, getting the dirt out. Which I really don't mind, but as I've said, it's a little more than what I was expecting, but it's not unmanageable. Here's some more of the stuff too. Another thing I wanted to show you here was some of these little super tight ringlets. When I first felt them, it's like, oh, they're very rough feeling, like very hard little waves. And it's not the fiber, it's just all the lanolin in there. Once you get it pulled apart and you're looking at this, unbelievable. So yeah, it's going to be some work getting all the tips off, but in the long run, it's going to be worth it. Next it'll tape up, I will show you some carding after it's been washed and dried. Thanks for watching. Happy spinning.